Yeah.
Guaranteed or your money back.
I started skateboarding when I was about 13 years old, but over the past 6, I began to skate less frequently and disconnect from the skateboarding community and the hood where I first learned to kickflip, ripped my first pair of shoes, and discovered the sense of freedom that came with this plank of wood, some wheels, and a turning system. Several things led to that disconnect, but the major two were that I injured myself way too many times, and then I was lucky enough to attend a 4-year university right out of high school, which both led to less skateboarding overall. Then, about a year ago, I had this idea. I started my skateboarding company called Tabla as a means of restitching myself back to the skateboarding community, my hometown, and as a way to give back to the communities that built me into the person that I am today. In the very beginning, I was 100% focused on pushing the hell out of the marketing to get things rolling and people noticing. I did giveaways and held a contest right out of the gate, but after a couple of strong months of gaining a decent following, people's attention, and making sales, I got super busy with my main source of work. Tabla was always meant to be a side project, something that I would work on and operate without any stress factors, or so I thought. It's not that I didn't or that I'm not taking it serious, but my main career-driven passions are in filmmaking and photography, which I do full-time and rely on for my main source of income. And things really started booming for me in those fields, which is a great thing, but that also meant I had less time to dedicate towards Tabla, and it suffered because of it. My time and engagement declined over time, and I once again became absent from skateboarding. Except this time, my absence in skateboarding had begun to affect other people. It became less about me not skating like it did in the past, but more so about other skateboarders in the community feeling disconnected and losing their hope in something they saw potential in. This created a scenario that I hadn't anticipated. So, to those people who have ever supported Tabla in any shape or form, I want to say thank you. Thank you for ever purchasing a Tabla, for following, reposting, tagging, and reaching out and supporting this brand. But understand that I never intended for this to go anywhere beyond a side project of mine, and didn't think about how close some people would attach themselves to it. I guess for a moment, I forgot what it was like to be a young kid who fell in love with skateboarding and couldn't fathom a lifestyle outside of it. Moving forward, admittedly, though this is something I've always wanted to do, I've come to realize that this isn't something I was 100% ready to take on. But once you put something out into the public sphere, you can't control the expectancies of other people. So I'm going to take a couple of steps back. I'm going to continue Tabla as more of a personal brand of mine, a homie brand if you'll call it that. Therefore, I'm going to make any and every online Tabla account private, and instead I'll be posting anything Tabla related on my personal accounts. Some of you may not care to hear anything from this point on, and that's okay, but before the rest of you leave, I just want you to know that I'm a skateboarder just like you. I've went through most of the trials and tribulations in skateboarding, and the amazing moments of triumph, success, and good times it's also provided. And in deeper context, I've found the love, the passion, the expression, the escapism that skateboarding allowed me to have for my life at home, school, and a lot of shitty experiences rarely talked about that come with being a broke teenage dude from the hood, oftentimes feeling ostracized, insignificant, and alone. But skateboarding helped me grow confidence. It helped me understand that the world is ours despite the circumstances we're born into. The same way security tries to kick us out from skating that ledge we've been eyeballing all week, the world is constantly working against us. Yet, we still manage to get a session on that ledge and show the world that we're unstoppable when we put our minds to work and focus on doing what we want to do. I've been able to refocus that mentality and utilize all the lessons learned in skateboarding to further my life in other fields that have also become passions in my life that I'm always constantly learning about and waking up every morning excited to pursue. At 13, I could barely afford a blank deck, and I never thought that years later, I would be able to open my closet to a stack full of them that I could skate, flip for some cash, give away to a homie in need, or do whatever it is I want with them. I can only hope to lead by example and leave you with this. If some nobody kid from the hood could start a skateboarding company by himself, then what's stopping you from bringing your dreams and aspirations to fruition?
Been traveling these wide roads for so long. My heart's been far from you, 10,000 miles gone. Oh, I wanna come near and give every part of me, but there's blood on my hands and my lips are unclean. In my darkness I remember Mama's words reoccur to me. Surrender to the good Lord and to wipe your slate clean. Take me to your river, I wanna go. Go. Take me to your river, I wanna know. Dip me in your smooth waters, I go in. As a man with many crimes, come up for air. As my sins flow down the Jordan, oh, I wanna come here and give every part of me, but there's blood on my hands and my lips are unclean. Take me to your river, I wanna know.
Count.
Rule number 11, do not bother children when they are skateboarding. That's a very specific one there.
Yeah. You know, I used to watch kids skateboard on St. George Street. I liked watching those kids. I like watching skateboarders do those crazy things because they're trying to become competent. Like, and they're facing danger. They don't want the damn protective gear. And when they do it, it's like amazing. It's impossible to do that. You jump in the air, you grab your skateboard, you balance on this stupid rail, you slide for 20 feet. And the price for failure is, well, you do the splits on the rail. That's not fun. And the kids are often shooed away. It's like, wait a sec, they're practicing being courageous. They're practicing mastering something in the face of danger. You know, and a lot of the rebellious behavior of young men in particular, which is very frowned upon in the schools. It's like, that's toxic masculinity, you know, that horrid phrase. Mm-hmm. It's like, leave those damn kids alone. Let them, like about 10 years ago in Toronto, they changed the insurance rules governing the playgrounds. They tore them all out, the whole city. Like 2 weeks before school started, there was nothing but like dirt and gravel.
What happened? They weren't rubber enough, or they weren't bouncy enough? Or?
They were too unsafe. Who knows?
Right.
Who knows what? There was nothing wrong with them, you know. Well, then the kids were, I saw the kids on top of the schools, you know. So, because they needed some danger.
Yeah.
And we know that kids on playground equipment, they will push to the limit of their ability.